Paco. I actually don't really know how to tune the deck for if it's purely rogue mirrors. I assume you don't need like violet teachers and stuff. That's more against aggro. I think we already have what we need. So we have like the gadget, we have conceal, we have prep. So I don't need to cycle the fan for anything, just save that as a spell for a Gadget Sand to draw. And we don't need to do anything too crazy with the Violet Teacher. It's just 3/5. So we could do Gadget, Prep, Conceal. I don't really like the use of the Prep for the Conceal. Seems not mana efficient. Let's just start with this Drake. I'm probably taking too much damage if I just leave it up. We could do a Prep Fan as like a way to clear instead of using the Eviscerate. And just save, so we save Eviscerate and stuff for bursts. Like we may have an opportunity to burst him down. We have the Shadow Stab, Leroy, Cold Blood, Evis. Or maybe he has the same strat, like going for the Conceal here. Then we're going to need to find another Prep in Fan or Flurry. Okay, backstabs can get cycled. Conceal, and I guess worst case we can use a Shadow Step to look for, because we're likely dead if we don't get the Prep into Flurry or Prep into... Oh, but then if I take this spell damage, that's also bad. Yeah, let's just pray he doesn't have 4 damage somehow. Oh, he doesn't have it. Okay. So I can only play 3 of these, right? 12, 16, 20, 24. Wow, can't believe that actually worked. Gadget Sand. And at least with the more minion heavy version, you can make something happen for most matchups, right? In some matchups, you really have to get the Gadget Sand. But in some other ones, if you have Violet Teacher and you go off on Violet Teacher, for example, against Druid, it just doubles your chances of having something work. So like I'll keep the Violet Teacher. In this case, we got everything, so that's good. One sap, one flurry. Yeah, that's the list. Like double sap is not good against rogue, right? And I think double flurry is not good in general either, unless you have the third weapon. Like if you ran the Assassin's Blade plus a double deadly poison, then maybe you can run two. But I think it's still not good. It made more sense when you had more buffs like the, was it the Tinker Sharp Oil thingy? Okay, that's really good. You see 29? Well, you're probably seeing some stuff that's grayed out because I drew them already, like SI7. I can give you the list here. Let's see. Yeah, there's two Violet Teachers. Yeah. Here, I guess I use the Flurry. I don't have really anything good for the SI, or sorry, for the Gadget Sand yet. We'll save the Shadow Step for Leroy. Like, we're pushing some good damage here. And he hasn't had the ramp. This. Since we have two Gadget Sands, I think we just do this. We have 13 from hand with the Leroy, Shadow Step, Leroy, Dagger. And that's 8 mana. Alright, 13 plus 6. Alright. Feels good, man. 2 teacher over extra earth and sap or flurry. Yeah, so I think it's dependent on the meta. So far, it's not like you're facing a bunch of face hunters and stuff. And I think the teacher is actually pretty good against like Zoo. I value the teacher over the extra earthen. But let's see, maybe we're facing Face Hunter now. Some of them are mid-range. I did face a couple mid-range. I haven't played against this person before, so I don't know. Alright, got backstep SI. Well, since he coined it, and I have 2 backstabs, I'll use one. Yeah. I was thinking about just like using Abyss as well. Maybe Abyss would have been okay or sufficient. I think my roommate is backing me. I don't know if you guys hear too much background noise. Alright. Well, if it's explosive, we can trigger that. I don't think it triggers if it's misdirection. Could be sniped too. I guess misdirection would be nice to trigger with the Violet Teacher Apprentice. Okay, if it's snipe, I actually want to trigger it. Although I give him the weapon charge. Alright, it's not snipe. So this seems more like the somewhat mid-rangey. Yeah, with ooze and stuff, I'm pretty sure it's mid-range. Alright, so there's freezing, there's snake trap. I'm just trying to think if I'm okay to trigger the explosive here, if it's explosive. Because I want to get the dagger value, right? And if it's freezing, I'd rather just leave that there. Because it's freezing or snack trap. I guess we sap that. I'm just trying to think if we need a save sap for high main or not. Because that'd be a very big problem if high main comes down. Let's do this. Prep, sap. I don't really want to sap this one though. Let's start with Shadow Step and we'll go for the card draw next turn. High main. What is this then? Skill command here? If it's skill command, then let's see. I guess I'm okay doing this. I want something else to go into the freezing trap. Like, both of these are fine to go into freezing. I didn't realize Crocodile was actually viable. Yeah, Crocodile was played, and also the 2/7. Forget what, Snapjaw? 4 mana 2/7. That was actually playable too in Mid Hunter. Alright, let's see if he's actually able to clear so he doesn't get the freezing trap procced. He probably doesn't want my Earthen to get bounced. Even though it gives him the extra weapon charge, but I also get 3 heal. Alright, so he wants to freeze the Edwin. Which I don't really have a great answer to. I don't want to prep it when I don't have a guaranteed spell yet, so I think I will do Shadow Step on this guy. And then since we have Conceal, and I want to conceal both so he can't get rid of one for the freezing, so let's put this on here. I guess here I'll take a risk because I want to make a big... Do I want to make a big one? Does it matter how big it is if it's going to be used for triggering the freezing trap? I guess not. I'll just go ahead and cycle some of this stuff. Ooh, actually. To play around in case he has a snipe or in case he also has a flare. At least I got some value from the card draw. So I think that's second explosive in freezing. Oh, what? It's snack trap. It's playing around freezing. Alright, got psyched, I guess. 2/3 beasts for 2, of course, is viable. Yep, Mini Yeti when it gets to also like the Houndmaster turn. Alright, Drake is something. Basically, in this matchup, you just need to make sure you get some of your 5s, right? Drake is also good. I haven't really played against any token druids for a while. Alright, no wild growth. Yep. I wouldn't have mulligan away wild growth either. Hey Rav, how's it going? Let's see, following since 4th of July 2016. Almost 5 years. Oh, he drew it. He got it in the end. It's not as bad since we're going first. Rookie numbers. Just checking in. Remember the first time watching when Grim Patron was a thing? Yep. Well, I guess when Grim Patron was actually a deck, I didn't play it. I played it afterwards once they nerfed the Warsong Commander, which is a kind of a weird time to start playing it. Can I get backstab? Now just need conceal or something. But yeah, OTK. We might whip it out at some point. But I know, like, last stream, I think there were a lot of requests for Miracle Rogue. I haven't done it too much on stream. Where are my backstabs? What did you play up to Legend? I think I did a fast grind with Druid. Oh, is he playing the full combo? Wow. Yeah, it was like a taunt version of combo Druid. Did he just have double combo in another innervate? That's scary. There's backstab. Alright. So if we end up picking up a Saporino, I think we're backstabbing this, and then if I get Cold Blood, I can also Cold Blood on this, punch it through. That way I take less damage on my Violet Teacher. Or I can just use the Vis on this. Yeah. I don't think I take the damage. Alright, pulling miracles. No combo. I guess I should have started trading off some of these guys. But whatever, I'm gonna make a lot of dudes anyways. But I need to make sure I have enough space. Sure. Still dead to combo, but otherwise we're Gucci. 17 cards. Can we get above 40? So far I think best has been 40. Another druid. Don't like any of these. This might be kind of an interesting hand if we can get a 3-drop down, sticking on the board, get a cold-blooded, hit twice. Or a Violet Teacher, I guess, that also works. No Wild Growth. Not a top 50 druid. I'm not gonna Dagger Face because I have the double deadly. It's a good answer to Yeti. I think we just ignore that though. I'm not gonna waste dagger hits on that. Okay, Flurry's good. Actually, that's really good, because then we can get our little dudes to ping it. As long as he doesn't have swipe, but swipe face seems kind of, I don't know, doesn't seem like that's the right thing to do. So the question is, can I actually get some like face damage in before I have to flurry? Ugh. Okay. Seems like I have to do this. Flurry. You use one swipe already. And if I use a conceal here, I feel like I'm not getting the conceal value out of my... Because I want to get cold blood off and hit face twice. So I feel like conceal's too passive here. I'm gonna do this. And see if he doesn't have the second swipe or a way to deal with that. Like if he just plays a minion, then we can get the conceal value. Let's say he just plays, I don't know, another Sunwalker. Or like Cairn or Sylvanas. Okay. At least it's clear he doesn't have the second swipe. That would have been a clear use of swipe there. So we'll I'm okay to put the stuff on the dudes. And we have Leroy, Shadow Step, Leroy. So other than the big taunt, we should be okay, right? Like this, the 510, we would have had some trouble. All right, get in there. I'm so happy it's watermelon season again. Probably one of my favorite things about summer. Nothing quite like getting home from a hot day or like going for a workout, come back to a nice chilled bowl of watermelon. I wonder what the search algorithm is these days. I think they modified it because it used to be in Legend, if you queued right away, that's why like counter queuing was a thing. If you queued right away, insta queued, and your last opponent did too, there's a good chance you can match up again. And it can happen quite a few times. But I think they changed the search algorithm, so it tries not to pair it. Although I have had the case where I get paired against the same opponent if I wait for like 4 or 5 minutes. So, I mean, we play against this guy a lot. I think this is now the 4th game of this stream against him. Alright, let's keep a 5. Also, I don't know if there's a bug, but like I feel like their ranks don't really change for the day. Although I'm sure their ranks are moving around, but I don't know why this always shows up as 21. But I'm sure my rank shows up as something else to them all the time too. I don't think we drop SI necessarily on 3, because we have backstab SI and dagger to deal with the Yeti. Can't fix bugs for 8 years? Yeah, you gotta leave some of the old bugs in there. 8 years not enough. This game is too complicated. Although sometimes things aren't really a bug, it's like a feature, right? Like, for example, with the Wild Pyro, right? Like if you had Wild Pyro at 1 health and you did Whirlwind, the old method, which I guess they called it a bug and they fixed it, it used to be, it would trigger 2 Whirlwind effects. So 1 for the Whirlwind and 2nd for the Wild Pyro effect. It was actually pretty important, right? Like knowing how to clear boards if you know about the interaction or not. Hmm. No wild growth. Oh, perfect. I don't think I necessarily hit face. At this point, I think we wait for the deadly poison. We can have flurry. Alright, so what do we want to do against a Yeti here? One option is just Drake, backstab, hit in. Or if we get prep, that's the best, like Drake, prep, Ibis. Oh, in this case, just Drake backstab is enough to clear that. It's pretty good. Okay, the other one is like a little bit more aggressive. I can do backstab, SI, cold blood, and then that puts a lot more pressure on. Do I like that better? It's like one of them is card draw, just to cycle through because we don't have our Gadget Sand yet. Yeah, maybe I like the Violet Teacher Cold Blood thing. It's weak to BGH, but it's not weak to swipe. And I still have stuff on board if it's if there's a BGH. Is this the most hated mode? Why is it the most hated mode? Because you hate Miracle Rogue, I guess? I feel like Standard might be more hated. Do people like the Clown Fiesta on Standard? Very few streamers. That's, I mean, what else are you comparing to? Are you comparing to Arena? Because like there's also not very many Arena streamers. I think there's a lot of Battleground streamers. And then for people playing Standard, maybe you just watch like the Hearthstone Grandmasters or something. Roping on me? He's not really roping. Oh yeah, this guy was running double naturalize. I found that's kind of interesting, like why are you running double naturalize? Yeah, I think duels, there's other modes that are worse. Double Gadget Sand? I don't think so. I think that's a little bit too much. We saved the Shadow Step for Leroy. I mean, double naturalize, I think it's just for anti-handlock, but I don't see any handlock on ladder. Some people think the most obvious choice off the bat, others go full chess mode, think every possible play. What am I doing then? I guess I'm not thinking about every possible play. Okay, thanks. I don't think we need to sap this. But anyways, what do we have right now? We have 12, plus 5, 17. Alright. hey, still moving up some ranks. I'm wondering when it actually slows down to like 1 rank at a